So a couple months ago, MrBeast had a video called Get This Random Person to 1 Million Subscribers. And for those that didn't see this video, he basically took 4 small YouTubers and made them compete in a hands-on endurance contest, and then the winner would get a massive shout out to their channel. So here is that MrBeast video where he has all of the small YouTubers. They just gotta keep their hand on this box, and it goes on for a couple days, I'm pretty sure. And then it comes down to the last 2 people, and then one person left survives. His name is Zealous, and he wins the competition. So then MrBeast gives him a big shout out. He puts it in the end screen, links it to one of his videos, says it in the description, just says, alright, everybody go subscribe to this guy. Now immediately after this happened, I made a prediction of what will happen to this guy's channel. I said, this guy's gonna get a huge influx of subscribers. He might get a big burst of views at first, but then his views are probably going to go right back to around where they were before the shoutout. So let's take a look at his channel here. Alright, so he's got 1.94 million subscribers, so he definitely got the subscriber bonus that came from the shoutout, that's for sure. And it looks like MrBeast did help him out with 1 or 2 videos. So I mean, obviously he has the one video where he's like, hey guys, I was in the challenge, like this is my story. And of course, everyone who watches the video wants to go watch that. And so that one got 7 million views. And then MrBeast was nice enough to help him out, try and get the ball rolling, give him one video where he works with him, because it's just like, hey, if everyone sees MrBeast's face in the thumbnail, they're much more likely to click on it. And then after that, he's kind of on his own. So it definitely looks like this guy has very similar content to MrBeast. It's a lot of just like challenges and vlogs and stuff like that. But it is starting to look like his view counts on his videos now are pretty similar to the ones just before it. Now a lot of these views probably came from people who watched it during the shoutout. So let's actually just look at his social blade here. Alright, so his weekly subscribers and view gains were, I mean the shoutout's from a pretty obvious spot. So let's just zoom in right there, zoom in right there. So it looks like he was right around 50,000 subscribers before the shoutout, which got him to 1.8 or 1.9 million. And it looked like he was starting to take off a little bit on his own before he got the shoutout. So it looks like he was getting maybe a couple 100,000 to maybe just the tens of thousands of views per week. And then of course he has the big spike, and then now he's back down to a couple 100,000 a week. And then you can also see that a lot of the people that subscribed to him in the big burst kind of decided that they didn't have any reason to stay subscribed. And so, of course, you're going to lose subscribers over time after a shoutout like that. And that leads me to the next thing I wanted to talk about, and that is having the correct audience being recommended your content. Now, when you first think about it, it seems obvious. If there's a massive channel, and they can give you, a small channel, a shoutout, then you can get massive too. All you need is eyes on your content, and then you will grow just like them. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work that way. So let me just sum this up in the most basic terms possible. You want your videos to get recommended to people, and YouTube will recommend your videos to whoever it thinks will watch your video. And you might think, oh, just recommend it to everybody. But the problem with that is, if it recommends your niche content to everybody on the site, then only a very small percentage of people are going to find interest in that, and you're going to get a very low click-through rate. And if you have a low click-through rate, then it's less likely to recommend your videos. This is something I've been trying to experiment a lot with lately. And you know, a lot of people ask me stuff like, why do you start so many different channels? Like, why can't you just upload different videos to one channel? And the reason for that is most people watch one channel for one specific thing. So if you're trying to give them variety content, that variety content is going to be recommended to the wrong people, and then those people aren't going to click on your videos, giving you bad statistics, making your videos not get recommended anymore. This is why I always say stuff like, you only want your content to be recommended to people who are likely to watch it. And when you get a big shout out from a massive creator, like sure you might get a burst of views, but then your videos start getting recommended to all of those millions of people that just subscribed, and most people only click subscribe because MrBeast told them to, and not because they actually wanted to watch the video, and therefore the click-through rate's going to go through the floor, and you're going to have a much harder time. Now there's something else I kind of noticed with his channel here. Now obviously I don't know this guy, I haven't talked to him or anything, but something tells me that he is pretty stressed out right now. Because think about this, you get a massive shout out, your channel suddenly skyrockets to a massive subscriber count, and now you've got millions of people watching you. And so you have this thought in your mind where it's like, you feel the need to make the highest quality content possible. So you feel like you get launched into this just overwhelming amount of pressure that you're just not used to. I mean, most channels, you know, they grow gradually, and you just get used to every number of subscriber that you come across. But if you go from 50,000 to 2 million in a week, like a lot of people just aren't ready for that. And it can be really stressful, and you feel like you have a lot of pressure on yourself. So if you look back before the shoutout, it looked like he was uploading maybe 4, even 5 times a month. And yeah, just kind of doing his own thing. But then ever since the shoutout, He's only uploaded about twice a month so far. I mean, there's nothing wrong with putting a lot of time into your videos. Maybe he has something massive planned. Who knows? But something tells me that he's having a lot more difficult time putting a video together with all of the pressure that's on him right now. So hopefully that kind of explains some of the downsides to getting a massive shout out. I know a lot of people like to think, why can't I be the one to get the big shout out? But trust me, you're going to do a lot better in the long run if you just grow it organically. Really, the only ones who can really force your content to take off are the people at YouTube themselves, because let's be honest, they have the power to just put your videos into everybody's recommended, and I think we've all kind of seen channels blow up that way.